So it's been a minute since I've done this, and there's a lot of reasons for it. I over the years have tried multiple times to do some type of social media posting videos, talking about a number of different things, politics, current events, stuff like that. And it is one of those things that I've never been able to really hang on to. I always seem to find a way to fall off and end up doing other things and losing my interest in doing this. And that is just part of how my ADHD works and how my life being complicated by being a small business owner and being in college again and having adult children, all of those things kind of work together to work against my best interest when it comes to doing things like producing content for consumption on whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, whatever. And I really had no intention of coming back to this anytime soon. The biggest reason why is I don't want to talk about politics anymore. Politics have gotten exhausting. We're in a situation right now where there's no winning on any platform in the political sphere. It's become so toxic. I just want nothing to do with it. As far as talking about it, I still pay attention. I'm still an engaged citizen, yada, yada, yada. But something happened. I don't really have a following, so I don't know whether or not people that come across this video are going to know who I'm talking about. But in case you don't, a while back, I forgot what day it was, the 20th, maybe. Let me see if I can find out here. I forgot what day exactly it was, but a content creator, predominantly on YouTube, named Adam the Woo, he died. Now, this is Adam the Woo here. He's had a couple of different channels. This was his main channel that he started, and this was his Daily Woo channel that came on later on. I don't remember the exact dates. I know I've seen the information a couple of times recently as to when he started all of this, but essentially, sometime in the early 2010s, Adam, or late 2000s, maybe 2009, he started the Daily Woo channel. And then in 2012, he did the Daily Woo. The Daily Woo was incredible. For 5 years straight, he produced content every single day. It just documented his life, his travels around the country, his time in Disney parks, all kinds of things. And he's continued to do that for the most part. Just, since that first 5 years, he started taking occasional breaks. Something interesting happened when he died. And this is what has kind of prompted me to create this video today. And we'll talk in a little detail later about what that means for me and how I want to approach this. But when he died, it hit me, I just turned 50 years old, by the way, earlier this month in December. I turned 50 years old and had a really hard time with it. And shortly after turning 50, a high school friend of mine passed away in his sleep. And that kind of jarred me. And then I came back from a vacation that I was on, which I'll be sharing some video from that vacation in the coming days. But I came back from a vacation that I was on celebrating my 50th birthday to find out, Adam the Woo had died, or shortly after I got back. And at my age, over the course of my life, a number of celebrities have died over the years. It's a celebrity death. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, I really enjoyed their stuff. That sucks. I feel bad. But I've never had like a visceral reaction. I've never had an emotional, profound sadness, if you will, until this. And it actually caught me off guard. It's an interesting phenomenon that for going on 15 years now, this man was a regular part of my life. My kids watched his content. I referenced it often. He was known. If you don't know who Adam the Woo is, I encourage you to go check out his social media pages, specifically his YouTube channels. The man was notorious for coming up with his own mannerisms, his own vernacular. He had sayings that were just common, everyday sayings in his videos, and he just had a way of speaking. He never used curse words. He didn't drink. He didn't do drugs. He just lived life to the absolute fullest. And he was possibly the kindest man that I've ever known of. Every other content creator that references Adam the Woo, all they do is talk about what a kind person was, how supportive he was of others, and how much he wanted to help others. And it hit me. Like I've been catching myself on specifically YouTube, watching videos of his fellow content creators that knew him and experiencing a catharsis, sharing the pain that they're going through, watching them weep in their videos, his former girlfriend, his traveling friends, his Disney friends, his non-Disney friends. And just listening to how much this man, and he was 51 years old, how much this man affected everybody in his life. His father put a post up shortly after his death talking about Adam, and I commented on that post, and I got a reaction, a like from his father, but no actual words, which is fine. That's how it should be. His parents, his father's name is Jim. He has been bombarded with love from this community about Adam's passing, and so the reason why I'm here, the reason why I'm making this video, is not just to come on here and share that I'm some kind of a weirdo who's having an emotional reaction to the death of a celebrity, but rather I have wanted to create content for so long, and I've tried so many times with failure. But one of the things that all of Adam's friends continue to say is that he would always say, just do it. Don't talk about it. Don't think about it. Just do it. And I figure the new year, as we love to have resolutions and we love to have fresh starts, the new year is the perfect time to do it. At the time that I'm recording this video, it is 8 o'clock. It's 8:06 right now on New Year's Eve. My kids are out having a good time. My wife's downstairs reading a book or playing a video game. And I figured I'd come on here and maybe start something fresh. And I've tried this once before. This was the way I was probably most successful at this form of content creation, is I'm not going to edit anything. I'm going to, if I want to talk about something, I'm going to bring it up on the screen in real time. I'm going to talk about it that way. I do not have time. My life is too complicated, too inundated with things to do for me to possibly actually edit videos. It's one of the reasons why my friend Mark, who travels with me a lot, always gets on my case, because I'll record a bunch of content when I'm on a trip, but I don't end up editing videos and posting them. So for the traveling stuff where I shoot B-roll and try to document things, yeah, that I'll start editing, and I'm going to try add it to this channel. There's my dog in the background. But for these daily things, if I'm going to post something, it may not be every day. I'm not going to try to start some kind of huge streak. If I do, great, but that's not my intention. But I would like to just come on here and talk about things probably more in a philosophical way, like whatever's going on in the world. One of the things that I know is a huge problem right now, and I see it because I'm the father of 3 boys, is that there is an epidemic in this country and probably worldwide where young men, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they don't have a lot of positive role models. The people out there that are influential, that are getting the ears and the eyes of young men, are oftentimes not giving the messages that young men need to hear. There's a toxic masculinity that is permeating back into society. There's an Adam the Woo phrase. But it's something that I think needs to be addressed. And somebody like myself, who's prior military and covered in cat and dog hair, but prior military, married man, a couple different times, owns a small business, has worked in the corporate world, has worked in the bar industry and the restaurant hospitality industry, who travels a lot. I have some insight that I think I can pass along to young men who may be looking for some kind of guidance, or maybe just feeling lost in their lives. But in addition, knowing full well that we live in a world where there's a lot of crazy stuff happening around us all the time on the world stage, here in the United States, even in your hometowns, things that are going on. If I can offer the perspective of an older person, now I have to admit that I am one. If I can offer some perspective and maybe put things in context and be a calming voice, maybe, or worse yet, be the canary in the coal mine. If I'm the kind of person that's panicked, you should probably be panicked too. These are the things that I'd like to do. So likely never going to be flashy on here. I try to be funny when I can be, but I just feel compelled to help people in any way that I can and offer my perspective whenever possible, and perhaps guidance or a friend. So anyway, I don't know where you're going to find me. My goal is to find a way to post these videos to all of my social media platforms. You can see them listed right here. And if you can find me, great. If you can like and subscribe, that would be also great. I'm going to up the production value a little bit. My room is a mess. This is my office that I'm in. I'm going to work on the production value, try to work on some cut animations and opening animation, stuff like that at some point in time. But that is not my priority. As Adam the Woo said, don't talk about it, just do it. Don't think about it, just do it. That is what all of his friends keep saying, and that is what I'm going to do going forward. So in Adam the Woo's memory, I may reference him a lot in coming weeks, but this is just my first video. Happy New Year. 2025 was something, man. I'm not going to get into all the nonsense that this world has been going through. 2025 was one hell of a dumpster fire. Unfortunately, well, I guess fortunately for myself, unfortunately for others, I had a pretty good year. Financially, I had a great year. My beloved Syracuse Orange football team didn't do so great, but that's okay. Next year is another year. So thanks for watching. My name is Christopher Hess, and I look forward to talking to you again a lot soon. Thanks.